Hello everybody and welcome back to Fontaine. Now, last time we were working on some world quests, and I do believe that they now prompt us to go to the Ordo again. Is this it? It is. However, before we go there, I do want to see if we can talk to Earnshaw. What's his name again? Aha! Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I had several people in the comments recommending that I do this quest, I believe. People were saying that I needed to go talk to somebody, an old man in a field of flowers. Look at all the flowers. Also just casually grabbing all these rainbow roses for Arlecchino. Who saw me? Who's there? Is it you? You seem a bit far away. Anyhow. So, this was definitely a quest that was on my mind, and I was worried that since we did this other quest, we wouldn't be able to do it. Now, this does appear to be over our dear little friend instead of him, so we might have accidentally skipped that quest. No, I hope not. Okay, we will come back to here, but before we do, if it was over Earnshaw, I would have picked it up, but let's go to the Ordo first and finish what we've started. That sounded dramatic, but I just meant let's go talk to Caterpillar. I believe it's what we're here for. And see what he has to say. You here, buddy? Hello? Organize clues in Narzissenkreuz Ordo. What was... Oh! Hi! It is moving again! Delightful. It does a little feel like Doom is approaching. But... I was about to say that's fine by me. It's not fine, but I'm still rather excited about it. Let's see. Organize clues? You see any clues? I don't see anything sparkling. Haha. Well, found a chair. Fascinating. Can't interact with the books. Nor here. Maybe we should read the quest description, see if it tells us anything. Hello? Well, that's something different. Okay. The Wondrous Trio has been together in a room for quite some time now. Maybe they've discovered new clues. Talk to them. And talk to Caterpillar. Well, let's talk to Caterpillar. I see a glowing light now. Is there another room in this room? No, I just need to be in the right area. There we go.
Well, this is the Narzissenkreuz Ordo. There are no longer any ceremonial items here, nor has there been a dispelling ritual conducted for a long time. Nonetheless, yes, the familiar setting is stirring my memory. This is the right place. Maybe there might be clues that we've overlooked, but that you could spot off the bat. So, have you found anything? All I see are memories of a past and things that were that shall never again catch up to me. Does that count? Well, Paimon doesn't want to interrupt your reminiscing, but that doesn't sound like what we're looking for. Perhaps, but my past is inextricably intertwined with the Narzissenkreuz Ordo, the chief culprit of the great sin.
Oh? You are the best, Caterpillar. Please tell me more.
As such, some of my memories may yet be helpful to you. Then, could you start telling us about them, Caterpillar? I should warn you that I was not in the inner circle several hundred years ago, so I don't know everything about the incident.
Oh my god, are we actually getting answers? Wait, let me get my notebook. Acquired. Narzissenkreuz. I'm ready.
But I was personally mentored by Narzissenkreuz, who should be the origin of all this.
I'm still surprised that we have never heard that name assigned to a person before until we ran into Caterpillar. In all of our notes, you know, we've seen a bunch of names running around, but not that one. Unless that's the name of the director. We'll see.
Narzissenkreuz? Isn't that? There's a prophet lying dormant in all of us, and when he wakes, one more evil shall walk the world. That's the sort of person he is.
Oh my.
Well, since we've got this opportunity, is there anything else you want to ask, Vega?
Dialogue tree? Tell me about yourself, Caterpillar.
About me? I thought we got acquainted well enough during our jailbreak. But I understand that you're asking about something deeper. Now, I shall perform a terrible feat that never been done before and will never be done again.
I'm guessing that has never been done before. And will never be done again. His eyes are so cool! It's been several days. It's been a while since I last recorded, so it's so cool to see them again. They feel impactful all over again.
I will expose someone's true self before all, without any facade or masks. And that someone shall be myself. Wow, that's really a lot. Paimon doesn't think she can lighten this atmosphere up at all. Lenoir has already gone home, did she not? We have to face a more complicated world now. The time for things from under the age of 9 is over. Next, we probably need the experiences from age 16 or so. What? The experiences from 16 or so? The first voice I heard while in this body was that of Narzissenkreuz. Other than speaking of the redeeming powers of the Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz, he also preached thus.
Ooh.
The body is just a shell. Even the body of a hilichurl can bear sentient consciousness.
Did he create you then?
Perhaps he did. I've tried to unravel my own origin, but the answers I got were all pretty vague.
Oh, so you don't know where you came from. I'm thinking again of, I believe last time I was wondering, was Caterpillar a naturally born hilichurl, or was he somebody who was human first and then cursed? And that could tell us a lot about where he came from if he was, but it seems like he doesn't know.
Poor you. Well, I don't really feel that way. I have discovered, after all, that most humans do not know the reason why they were born, yet they still live happily. Also, it is not quite correct to say that he created me.
How so?
Creation is a feat for a god, if we may call the one above a god.
Oh, Caterpillar, you're so cool. But yeah, that does seem to be a theme in this region, which is that one reason why all of Fontaine got in trouble when the Oceanids were made into humans is because, I guess, creation was forbidden, and that counted enough as creating life, or creating new life, or changing life.
In the tenets of Narzissenkreuz, do you know what is most critical in creating someone? What is it? It's imagination. Imagining a new person down to the last detail, akin to an Oceanid imagining a creature in the wild. There's a story that tells of a powerful mage priest imagining his own son, only to realize he himself was a product of someone else's imagination.
This is very fascinating. Kind of ties into the story themes of this area. And also, I feel like this is hinting at a greater truth of this world. Not to be overly dramatic again, but it just feels like it is.
Sorry for digressing, but I feel that this information is relevant to your questions.
Me too, Caterpillar. No apologies needed.
Well, that didn't make anything clear, but... Do you have any other questions?
Oh wow, the option vanished. About the Narzissenkreuz Ordo.
Since you find this place so similar, or so familiar, what could you tell us about it? Actually, as I recall, most of the people in the Narzissenkreuz Ordo were very kind. Narzissenkreuz's teachings just contained many radical ideas that were, perhaps, difficult for people to accept.
You know, Narzissenkreuz, I'm just now realizing, doesn't have to be a name, it could be a title. So it's possible that we've heard this person's name before, but I just haven't heard them connected to this title yet. But then again, I don't think we've heard of any other mages connected to the Ordo yet.
That doesn't sound good at all. Narzissenkreuz would lead ceremonies with the Holy Blade, in accordance with the ancient dictates.
Okay.
They call it...
Okay, I'm writing this down.
They call it trifactor excision in Liyue, and in Sumeru, shattering Atmagraha. He called it renunciation of the ego.
Okay. Okay, so I wrote that down. This is very interesting, because as soon as he said trifactor excision, that reminds me of, you know, the three-realm gateway offering, or the... I forget what the other name for it was, but just the tri-realms, patterns of three being important again. I'm not sure what Atmagraha means. I'm sure it means something that would be very helpful to know. But renunciation of the ego is also interesting, because that made me think of, you know, the... In a weird, convoluted way, it makes me think of the allegory of the cave, which has popped up a couple times in this story already. And sort of if we're talking about everyone being the product of someone else's imagination, then sort of renouncing your own ego could help you see that true nature, perhaps? At least temporarily. I'm curious what the purpose of these ceremonies were. Do you care to share, Caterpillar?
He believed that one's own will is an obstacle, and that accidentally receiving
A vision while seeking the path is a guaranteed path to destruction. Curious. One's own will is an obstacle to what? Man, will being an obstacle? What a fascinating idea. Because we've seen will as the key to resisting erosion, which is typically seen as bad, because it's sort of the destruction of the self, I suppose you could say. But then, if you see the destruction of the self as good, then will would be an obstacle, and I could see how that would tie into renunciation of the ego. Accidentally receiving a vision while seeking the path is a guaranteed path to destruction. Now, I do see visions as being very dangerous for you, certainly. But what is the path?
So, after someone gives themselves up, what happens to them? Well, they stay quite normal, actually. It is said that people cannot perceive the truth, because a body with a self sees the world filtered through the 5 senses.
I love this. This is like high-order philosophy. This is fascinating. That doesn't sound so scary, then.
However, I never found out what Narzissenkreuz's ultimate purpose for collecting all those wills and selves was.
He collected them, of course he did. Should I write that down? I should write that down. This is so interesting. I would love to attend a philosophy class in Teyvat, but at the same time I feel like it would be mostly redacted for fear of getting yourself smited or something. Can you elaborate concerning Narzissenkreuz, please?
Another time, perhaps. There is so much to be said. I'll need time to process it all.
Any other questions? We've got one left. Have you seen my brother? About what happened all those years ago?
Many years ago, the one then called Lord Artificer
Guillotine! That's what the schism was! It was between Guillotine and Narzissenkreuz. Okay, so they are not the same person, at least. I believe this is what the big schism was in the Narzissenkreuz. Schism.
Many years ago, the one then called Lord Artificer Guillotine and Narzissenkreuz had an intense clash.
Wrote that down.
Guillotine was even called the White Cavalier of Protection back then.
Fascinating. I have to write down everything this guy says. This reminds me, we need to read the Golden Troop and probably the Marishwaze Hunter artifact set soon, because I'm guessing that this might tie into that. White Cavalier of Protection. I feel like that might be a Marishwaze Hunter thing. I could be wrong, though. Paimon's laughing at the name. Is that a better title than Honorary Knight?
Well, if we're comparing impressive titles, I submit Chrysalis of the Phantasmic Moth.
Who is that? Is that... That reminds me of Senora, when you say moth and chrysalis.
Just what kind of weird title is that? The title that the Ordo gave me.
See, oh right, Caterpillar.
See, I'm Caterpillar, a creature that turns into a chrysalis, before completely metamorphosing into a butterfly. Oh, sorry. I suppose the name contained the wings of hope that I would mature into a human.
Interesting. Mature into a human? Why? So he could stop being a hilichurl? I mean, besides the fact that most hilichurls are cursed, what's wrong with being a hilichurl?
Even though we learned a lot, there's still more questions that will need answers. I'll have to pore over the records and try to piece it all together. So, I'm afraid you won't always find me here. Fontaine can be dangerous for you as it is now, though. I'll disguise myself and rely on the methods I've developed to do what I must. I'll survive.
Anne and Seymour return to the Narzissenkreuz Ordo. Oh, hello! Look at that! Crossing the streams. Negative. Danger. Danger. Activity by Narzissenkreuz Ordo remnants detected. I say more. We made a new friend. Vega, Paimon, and Anne, please find a safe place immediately. Annihilation mode activated.
I didn't know you could do that. Whoa, Seymour, calm down. This is... We meet again. What did the White Cavalier of Protection say about you? Ah, yes. This is my little innovation.
As we know, Guillotine built Seymour. I really do think he's the first mech. Affirmative. I am... prototype with a large number of bold design elements. You sound proud, Seymour. Good for you. You should be. The priority level of this topic has been downgraded. Please lay down your arms and surrender.
Seymour, listen to me. I've already surrendered to Vega.
Is that so? Yes, totally. Nice, we picked that one up quickly, didn't we? Very well. In that case, we can continue to discuss my extraordinary design.
I'm Caterpillar, as you know. Speaking of which, how's the young lady you're protecting doing?
Oh dear.
Wait a moment. Why did I say something like that? What's wrong?
You are correct. I am looking for the master I should protect.
Mary Ann. Or, as you might call her, Mary Ann Guillotine.
Yes, it is! Because we knew that Elaine had a sister named Anne. Mary Ann Guillotine. Do I have this in my notes as a question mark? No, I don't even have a question mark on it. There you are. Alright, updated. Mary Ann Guillotine. Guillotine. Correct. My designer. Guillotine.
Caterpillar, is this your memories from hundreds of years ago? You know, getting clearer? No, this is a memory from before my birth. Something akin to an elephant recalling its previous life while meditating.
Okay, then. You think this is something he inherited from when he was created? I do not understand. Previous lives do not exist.
Not for you, at least. Thanks to you, it seems that I've encountered a potential breakthrough I had never imagined possible. Perhaps I might find the secrets to my own birth after all.
Though I do not understand, I am glad to have been of service.
Anyway, hello, Caterpillar. Have we met? My memory is fading, so that is quite possible. If I may be so blunt, what is your relationship with the Red Empress?
The Red Empress?
The Red Empress? I have no idea who that is, though the name of it kind of rings a bell. Then let me try another name.
What is your relationship with Lyris? Princess Lyris? I shouldn't have even tried to put my pen away. So who is Lyris to the Narzissenkreuz exactly? Instead of just being a story character, she must have been a real person?
How do you know that name?
Oh goodness. Did we already hear about Lyris's real identity? I feel like we did.
I went through many adventures with Paimon and Vega just to find out that she was merely a character in a story.
Oh, never mind. We learned that she was a character in a story. I feel like she's not.
Do I? I think I know what's going on. I am also a victim of riddles, so I shan't play dumb. I'll tell you everything I know.
Caterpillar, I love you.
Lyris did indeed exist! She was Noshinid as well, and Narzissenkreuz's name for her within the Ordo was the Red Empress.
What's going on here? This story is once again real!
Paimon feels like it's all connected! Still, when we first got here, Paimon couldn't help but notice. The clock here doesn't seem very accurate, does it?
Ah, that. What is that? But also we changed the subject. No, go back to the original subject. Who was she within the Ordo? Or, wait, the Ordo had a name for her. So who was she? Oh. Simply put, it's the Doomsday Clock. It's literally taking us down towards doom? The Doomsday Clock?
When the clock strikes midnight, the apocalypse will come.
What? We already did that, though. We already...
Huh? Doesn't this mean that the end of the world is almost upon us? Huh, that really does take me back. When I was here before, they thought the apocalypse was still far away, and that, though it wouldn't happen in our generation, we should stop it for the sake of the future. If the clock is accurate, then it is not far off now. Perhaps we shall lay ourselves down to sleep tonight, and the sun shall not rise in the morn. Perhaps the sea shall evaporate tomorrow. Or perhaps we're already living in the apocalypse, and the good times have long ended. Hey, get serious! Will the apocalypse really come? First, what we see is just a clock, not the apocalypse itself. When it comes down to it, time is merely a tool humans use to measure changes in all forms of matter. Narzissenkreuz was the one who used the world formula to calculate the beginning of the end and built this device.
Writing that down. Okay, wrote that down.
As such, I cannot answer your question, dear Paimon, because this is all it is. A clock.
That's true. Anyway, let's share our findings. You and Paimon briefly share all that happened with the other 3 people, though technically speaking, none of them are humans. Input logged.
Elinas.
Did you think of something?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's like water boiling off into gas. I can't see it, and I can't quite grasp it either. Oh, any thoughts or leads, Caterpillar? Can't say that I don't, but I'm still trying to sort some things out, so let's discuss this later. Right, I kept forgetting to ask you something. Vega, Paimon, I'm very grateful for everything you've done for La Noire. So, is there anything that I can help you with? Huh? Do you mean anything? Just like making a wish?
Oh, you want to make a wish, Paimon?
It should be something within the scope of my abilities, of course. You did free La Noire Knight from prison, but I'm no gin in a bottle.
So, what would your wish be, Paimon?
If that's the case, then more, no, wait, yummy food! There's so much that Paimon wants, but we've been having lots of fun traveling together, so we don't really need anything special. Instead, Caterpillar, can you help us help Anne and Seymour?
Wow, Paimon, that's so sweet.
Vega, what do you think? Is that a good wish?
That'll do, Paimon. That'll do. All good.
I understand. Then, let us work together. Yeah!
Understood.
Now, I plan to work with Seymour and Anne to see if we can use our experiences and the information available here to figure something new out. Vega, Paimon, let's meet back here later.
Is that there? Is that the end of that? Oh my god, look at him, he's sitting down! Did we just complete both of those quests we were looking at earlier? I feel like we got 2 sets of quests for world. Oh no, they're talking!
Whether it's Seymour's fragmented information or Anne and Caterpillar, there's something only they can do themselves.
I think is what she was saying. Alright. Putting down my notebook. Let's talk to Caterpillar.
Anything else you want to talk about?
About the current situation?
It's nice that this place is so lively again after several centuries. Just joking. I think there's a purpose to all this. I mean, to us gathering like this. It's boring and foolish to treat it as simple, sheer coincidence. Our encounter has to be an omen of a kind of beginning, akin to a repressed seed struggling before fully germinating. But on the other hand, before the actual apocalypse arrives, just who would try to find meaning in absurdity and be convinced that those signs herald that inevitable solemn moment? Other than Narzissenkreuz, whom I used to call Master. Regardless, he deserved to be called a Grandmaster. Just like our paths crossed here onto the Doomsday Clock, if we follow along the woven path together, maybe we can... I should save the rest of that thought for the end of the journey.
You are so mysterious, my friend! Oh, I want to know more about you, Caterpillar.
What else is there to say about myself? I often feel mutually exclusive elements in the nature of my existence. Individually, they are pure, but also alien to each other.
It is a miracle that you are here before us, isn't it, Caterpillar? If Narzissenkreuz really refined your person like this, that must have been some incredible magic.
Therefore, when they interact, they mix with the other and become impure. Can you understand that?
You're reminding me a lot of Renee's research notes right now, I'm not gonna lie.
My own identity is not consistent.
Sometimes I am a bloom guard! I think he means this metaphorically.
Because other times a dragon?
You're talking about your role in this story.
My identity is a lie built out of the stories of others. But I believe a definitive answer exists. A singular correct answer. As the hands on the clock move again, I'm ready to take that step.
You're so brave, and that is so cool. Because basically what he's saying is like, he has his own identity, but then he has an identity that is built based off who he is to other people and how other people perceive him in their stories. That is so cool. But he believes that there's one correct answer. So he can, I guess, fully find himself and understand who he is if he finds that answer. I want to know more about Lanoir. Our time together was very short, but I never thought I'd be so committed to playing the role of a protector for her. It was indeed a very novel experience. Perhaps I was attracted by her purity, because that's a quality I will never possess. Yet the fortress of Meripede is what kept her innocent, somewhere she shouldn't have been in the first place. To give her an opportunity to choose, the right to choose must be first stripped from her. But whenever I think of how now the mundane world has finally entered her heart... Oh, he feels like he's not needed anymore. Guess we'll talk later. Okay, and he's just gonna hang out here. Alrighty, I'm so excited. And I remember that people have told me that I should come back to this place often between world quests. I guess I understand why now. It seems like he has basically time-locked dialogue. That is so cool, because he needs time to think. Man, this is fascinating. He still hasn't told us about what happened between Guillotine and Narzissenkreuz. And I'm guessing that's what led to the battle within Elinas. I look forward to the day that you're ready and willing to share, my friend. Okay, let us go back to the little family. I want to pick up this quest. Maybe I'm clinging to hope here. If we do this quest that is here for us now, hopefully we can then do the quest that I missed earlier. If not, I can always read it on the wiki or watch somebody else play it. Or, you know, I could do it when I do my inevitable second account. I look forward to it. Hi, guys. Good day. How are you doing? Earnshaw, Lanoir.
Oh, it's Miss Vega and Miss Paimon.
Her voice dropped, apparently.
Lanoir, Earnshaw, it's great to see you again.
How are you adjusting to life in your new home?
Don't be silly, Miss Vega. This isn't my new home, it's my old home. Isn't that what Catter said? Grandpa's tassay ragu is so tasty. He's been teaching me how to make it, but it'll take a while before I've got it down.
There's plenty of time. No need to rush it. That reminds me, is this Catter not with you? I still haven't thanked him in person.
He had something else to take care of, so we've parted ways for now.
I see. That's too bad.
Do you think he's already forgotten about me, Miss Paimon? Of course not. He's just tied up with something right now. Besides, you two promised each other, right? The next time you meet, he'll finish telling that story from before, and you'll have lots of amazing stories to tell him, right? Yeah, but...
That reminds me. Hero has gone and wandered off and gone who knows where again. Lanoir, would you be a good girl and help Grandpa find him and bring him home? I bet he's gotten himself all dirty playing outside. Bring him back and give him a bath.
Aw, just let him play outside. It's boring just staying inside all the time.
Wow, what a change for Lanoir. She grew up in, what's it called? Meripede, where she could never go outside. Now that she's had a taste of the outside, she can't get enough, huh? I mean, it's literally a whole new world for her, isn't it? Everything she sees, she's seeing for the first time. That must be a really interesting experience at this age. Well, if he runs off or gets snatched by a monster in the forest and can't come back, don't come crying to me.
Oh, I'll bring him back and give him a bath then.
Wonderful. Prince and Princess are playing in the garden right now. Why don't you bring them back in too? They're also probably covered head to toe in mud by now. I'll give them a good scrubbing later as well.
Alrighty, Miss Vega, Miss Paimon, you guys rest a while. I'll be right back. Why don't we go with you? It'll be just like when we went on adventures in the fortress. You want to come with me? That would be great. Let me think. Then let's call this adventure Operation Rescue Hero.
Heroes should be able to get themselves out of trouble on their own. What about Prince and Princess?
Well, the name would be too long if we tried to put them all in. Let's just say that rescuing Hero includes rescuing bringing Prince and Princess back inside too.
You can go together. Just remember not to let Hero eat anything too strange. More than likely ran off to the north hut to play. If you head north, you should run into him.
Okay, if he acts up and doesn't want to come home with us, I'll just take his food away. Then he'll definitely be a good boy and come home.
Excellent. Also, don't trample the flowers behind the fence.
Well, you definitely don't have to worry about Miss Paimon stepping on any. But don't worry, Grandpa. Miss Vega and I will be careful. Miss Vega, Miss Paimon, let's go!
Here and the others don't like to be touched. We just have to herd them back. All we need to do is take away their food. Great. You kids play with Lanoir for a little while. Okay. I'm so curious. Do you think, like, if Lanoir hadn't been here, we'd got the same... If Lanoir hadn't been here, do you think we'd get the same quest? With just different dialogue? Ooh, there's an animo thing over there. I'm curious. Or is this a different quest than the one that we were trying to get? We're going to be very careful.
Ready for a rehearsal?
Indeed. I don't want to trample the flowers, so instead of getting any other animo, we are getting...
Oh! Wow, so that's where you hid. Must be playing hide and seek with another one.
Getting an animo bow.
Okay, let's go home and let Grandpa help clean you up.
You clean up? Careful. There we go. Oh, is it... Earnshaw brings you out of the garden. You... Don't ruin the flowers. Did I trample the flowers in accident? Sorry.
If you step on the giant's favorite little purple flowers, he'll get really mad.
All you do is make trouble. Oh, is Earnshaw the giant? Oh, I see. Of course, there's a lot of similarities here. Oh, goodness. We have to herd them, literally? That's hilarious, actually. But yeah, of course we see a lot of similarities in this garden to the story that Lanoir told us before. Oh no! I stepped on the flowers. Wow, this is hard. Oh, but apparently we got one of the dogs. Okay, great. Okay, we have to get them to the golden spot? Gotcha. But I'm so curious about what this clover is about. But yeah, was that story by... I'm struggling to remember. Was that told by Catter, or was that told by... I'm not quite in the area yet.
Brace
You know what? I feel like this is just supposed to help us get the dog. And then get back out without... I see, so we could climb on that thing, jump in there... Oh! Oh! Oh, never mind. Get the dog and then leave. Without hitting the flowers. But yeah, I feel like, wasn't it Catter who first told the story, and then... Lanoir told it her own way. What is up with your tail? Well, that was easy. Great. Alright, let's go get the last one. Do you suppose they'll send us into a battle? They're sending us to a different area.
Count me in.
That's very suspicious to me. I feel like there is something awaiting for us. You want me to go here? Take the food. It's mine now. Alright, behave yourselves, please. So you said to the hut to the north, no? Can I track to this? Yes. I feel like just looking at the description of that quest that we just saw, and the title, I feel like we would have gotten this exact same quest before, just without Lanoir's dialogue. If that is true...
Oh, if Hero is just lazing about here, it must be because it is craving for some of this fowl. But he's already getting pretty big, so something upset tummy. Let's take this fowl away.
There he is. Oh, and you've been sitting here this whole time, haven't you? Every time I've come through this area, there's been that dog there, and so I've avoided this spot in case there were people here who would give me a quest. That's ironic. But yeah, if that's the case, that this is the same quest that we would have gotten just with extra dialogue, I'm kind of glad that we did it in this order, actually. Did I pick a fight with the dog? What is happening? I keep hearing the little heartbeats of battle, and yet no battle begins. Alright, Hero. I'm so sorry about this, but there's food for you at home, okay? Suspicious fowl. There he goes. There they are. It's those dendro slimes, isn't it? I do not have any pyro on me, but I do have rather aggressive hydro if you want those instead. Crystal flies. Don't mind if I do. Aw, the lovely music went away. How sad. Hey, little guy. Here, you can have these. Hi. Okay. Alright, let's go catch back up. Ooh, you know what? This could be interesting. If these hyper blooms can get them while they're above ground. Oh my god, you are summoning 1 million little guys. Wow. That's incredible.
Hey there!
I need to get some crystallizers. It's hard to get crystallizers in this fight though, because Dendro. Investigate? What did I get? Mora? That just seems like it came from the battle. Oh, maybe I got Mora. And the slime condensate and the
Strike a pose!
other things were from the other battles. Okay. Charging up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thank you for waiting, hero. We were just in battle. In bloody battle. It was quite vicious indeed. Oh, we should see about leveling characters. Mental note. There's been that double drop hero. Okay, let me put down some food. There's been that double drop event going on lately. I shouldn't have taken the food after a fool. And so I have a lot of talent materials at the moment. Where you going, buddy? Oh, can I herd you?
Oz, reveal!
Good luck, Oz. I believe in you. We did it! Ehe, that's all of them. Rescue mission accomplished. Let's go back and find Grandpa. Aw. Came for drops, but I didn't get any drops. Does that mean that there's a chest if I pop all 3 of these guys? That's suspicious. Go on then. Into the air, please.
The show begins!
Oops. I missed our chance, kind of. That's unfortunate, but it's a-okay. Yeah. Ouch, sorry.
Royal decree!
There we go. Huh. How bizarre. I don't see a 4th one, but we didn't get anything from any of those. That's quite strange. Okay. Hello, grandfather. Earnshaw. You have something interesting to tell me?
This operation is trickier than Paimon expected. That's because the giant in the garden really loves those little purple flowers, and he has all kinds of rules.
I see. If we had done this quest first, we would have recognized the giant in the garden. We would have known who Lenoir's family was, wouldn't we? Unruly children should learn to follow the rules while they're still young. It's even harder to teach an old dog new tricks. You hear that, Paimon? Unruly children get locked up in the garden.
Uh-huh? What's that got to do with Paimon? She's not an unruly child.
Have you all tired yourselves out? I just happened to make some tasse ragout today. Please, sit down and have some.
Yes, yes! Miss Vega, Miss Paimon, let's eat together. Alright, we wouldn't turn down an invitation like that from Lenoir, could we, Vega?
Thanks for your hospitality.
You're Lenoir's friends.
No need to be so polite.
Having been invited inside, you enjoy a simple but delicious meal of tasse ragout.
Over the meal, you share stories from your journey that astonish the old man and make the little girl burst out laughing. A joyful time passes amid conversation and laughter.
What do you think? Isn't Grandpa's cooking even better than Wolseley's?
It really is. About the same. Oh, come on, right in front of the man? It really is. Look at the font on the background, too.
Miss Vega, Miss Paimon, guess what? I helped too. Though, for now, I can only help a little bit. Grandpa says that as long as I practice, I'll also be able to make delicious tasse ragout someday.
Is that what the recipe reward for this is about to be?
When that day comes, you'll both have to come back and try it for yourselves. Deal! Paimon's looking forward to it! Speaking of which, it's probably time to get going. Thank you for having us. What? We're leaving already?
Oh no, Lenoir. They have their own matters to attend to. They can't play with you all the time.
Oh, okay then. Don't be sad. We'll see each other the next chance we get. Really? Will Catter be there too next time? Well, that shouldn't be completely impossible. Alright then. I'll be sure to have lots of amazing stories to tell you all the next time we see each other. Sounds good. I'm sure Caterpillar is looking forward to hearing them too.
You're great kids. Thanks for coming to see Lenoir and keeping her company. Here's some tasse ragout for the road. You adventurers often sleep out in the wild, don't you? Well, remember to eat well and dress warmly. Don't starve or catch a chill. We've been adopted.
We will. You be sure to look after yourselves as well.
Okay. On the other hand, if we had done this quest earlier, I feel like maybe Earnshaw would have told us about, like, his daughter and his daughter's child, and if he wondered what had happened to them or something. I like that the lights are on, so you can tell that she's inside. There's an investigate. Oh, yes. There are a few opened letters on the table. Read the first. Dear Earnshaw, sorry for being unable to contact you for so long. For various reasons, I moved to the Fortress of Meripede, and have been living here for quite some time now. Life here isn't so bad, though. Though the tasse ragout isn't as good as it is back home, and I don't have the company of any cute animals. But I have something even more precious in my life now. Speaking of which, I might be able to return home fairly soon. If the door is still open for me to return, please write me back. Even one sentence will do, just telling me how you're doing. Did he not write back? Surely he would have. You didn't write back. Oh, are you still angry? Dad, listen to me. Don't be mad. Why punish yourself for someone else's mistake? Look, I'm the one at fault here. I know I've made mistakes, but that's all in the past now. We can have a fresh start. My chronic illness has been flaring up again recently. Nothing like being unwell to make you appreciate the joys of being in good health, huh? I hope all is well with you. If you really don't want to tell me how you've been doing, could you at least tell me about Prince, Princess, and Hero? Are they doing okay? I'll look forward to your response. Oh, come on. Why didn't you reply? You're really a stubborn one, Dad. I have some news I was planning to share with you when we saw each other, but I've decided to go ahead and tell you now. That precious thing in my life I mentioned? Her name is Larua, and she's absolutely lovely. She's like a little flower sprouting out of a crack in the rock, determined to grow even in the absence of sunlight or rain. I'd like to bring her home. I just know you'll adore her. Even if your door is closed to me, at the very least, please open it for her. Even if it's just a crack, just to see her. After that, I'll bring her to the court of Fontaine. I'm going to work hard. She still hasn't had a good look at this world, so once we leave the Fortress of Meripede, I'm going to give her all the sunlight the world has to offer. Lutz won't let me write too much, so I'll leave it at that for now. Wishing you well. We should go. Okay. Well, Earnshaw? It's getting late. You should get some rest too. About Agnes. If she hadn't been so stubborn. It's my fault. I was the one who was too stubborn. I'm a stone-hearted old fool. But according to Lenoir, he smiled at everyone. Even until the very end. I see. He regrets it, so I hope he's learned from his mistakes, I suppose. I think he'll be a good grandfather. But Lenoir? That child. She's just like her mother. Spirited and independent. Children grow up so quickly. What can I say? I just hope that she can live the life she wants. Health and happiness are more important than anything else. Alrighty. I'm giving you a friendly pat on the shoulder. You can do it, Earnshaw. It's not too late. Ooh. While Agnes may be gone, I'm sure that Lenoir has a wonderful life ahead of her. So, I hope you two enjoy getting to know each other. Congratulations on your second chance. Alright, well, I suppose we should go check in with the Caterpillar and see if he has anything he wants to share now, no? Map. Ordo? Ordo. Let's go! Here we are. Oh, Caterpillar, are you here? Anne's here! Oh my god. Anne? Where's his chair? He is the... Oh my god, Anne, were you here all along? Does that mean that Seymour's like over... Oh my god, he is! Hi, Anne. Knight Vega. About the current situation? I believe I've recalled some very vague feelings. I'm not sure they could even be called memories. Though I don't know whether humans keep their memories in their heads or in their heart. But Oceanids seem to have neither a brain nor heart. Just water. If only I could be like that silly dog, just sit there and mumble stuff like, drive defragmenting to recall everything. She's hard at work too, isn't she? I want to know more about you, Anne. I don't know what else I can tell you. I'm the part of Mary Ann that was imagined into being here. But she rejected me, and the others as well. I mean, other existences? The Princess Lyris I want to rescue does not exist. Mary Ann is also not Mary Ann, and isn't that silly dog's owner. I don't know why, but when I see that silly dog, something just swells inside of me. Feels like bubbles, but they burst whenever I get close to remembering. Caterpillar seems to know something, but he won't say much if he's not 100% sure. We came to the place with Narzissenkreuz in its name, but nothing was resolved. This is interesting though, now that they're working together. Kind of seems like... Excuse me, yawning. It kind of seems like maybe the two halves of the Narzissenkreuz Ordo are now starting to remerge, or at least work together again. I want to know more about Princess Lyris. Yeah, and her real-world counterpart. Well, she probably won't know anything, unless she remembered. Princess Lyris is kind and courageous. That's why she endangered herself, in order to protect her friends. Before, all I thought was that I must have been a friend of hers and she protected me. So now that she's in trouble, I have to save her. Even though she might not want me to do that. Because she is too nice and would rather suffer than let her friends be in danger. But if I don't save her, how could I be worthy of being her friend? Or deserve her protection? Memories. They're hazy, like whirlpools in water. Emotions and desires, on the other hand, feel so real. Despite me realizing she's just a character in a story now. Yeah, it's alright, just go to bed. Okay, good night. She's having a little bit of an existential crisis, I suppose. Her world is in fact a story, and this world is a different world. And yet, aspects of that story keep introducing themselves into this world. So she can't exactly escape it and put it all behind her. But she can't exactly have everything as she thought it was before, too. Oh, wow, big jump. Calculation process halted. What are your instructions, Miss Vega? About the current situation? Though, through communication with Anne the Oceanid and the former Narzissenkreuz Ordo member Caterpillar, some promising information has been obtained. I am prototype 4AC-V07, designed by Guillotine to accompany and protect my master, Miss Mary Ann. Unfortunately, no additional information on Miss Mary Ann is currently available. Moreover, Anne the Oceanid was able to provide very little information. The remaining member of the Narzissenkreuz Ordo Caterpillar did not provide complete information. More time is required for analysis. You know, before we dig into say more stuff too much, Anne mentioned that the Mary Ann is not Mary Ann, and that there were others that were imagined. So I'm wondering if maybe not only is this Anne imagined, but the Mary Ann that we met in the dream is also imagined. That was a dream, right? Was that a dream or a story? I don't even remember. I think it was a dream, but there was a storybook involved. You know what I mean. I think that other Mary Ann might be another imagined Mary Ann, so that means that there's a secret third Mary Ann. The original Mary Ann still out there, hopefully. Might be dead though, unfortunately. If she's dead though, then who is imagining Mary Ann and Anne? I suppose that these imaginations can live on after their holder has passed. I want to know more about you, Seymour. I am prototype 4AC-V07, designed by Guillotine to accompany and protect my master, Miss Mary Ann. I am equipped with the most advanced memory storage unit, logic unit, optics, and various functional modules from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy. This allows me to keep a log of Miss Mary Ann's daily life, and also act as an agent's assistant. My present top priority is to locate Miss Mary Ann and ensure her safety. Makes sense? Oh! It's interesting how sometimes we get the dark and sometimes we don't. I want to know more about Mary Ann. The purpose of my design and creation is to serve and protect my owner, Miss Mary Ann. My present top priority is to locate Miss Mary Ann and ensure her safety. Anne the Oceanid exhibited certain behaviors identical to the past behaviors of Miss Mary Ann, but the factors comprising them Note, regular record space correlation can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively. Good to know, Seymour. Okay, I will check in with Caterpillar just to see if we have any different options than before. Looks to be the same. Okay. Alright. It would be really sweet if we could tell him about Lenoir. Just nudge him to go visit her. Since there's one person over there and one person over there and one person over there, I would like to sit here. And I would like to read some artifacts. First of all, let's see. Do we have some notifications we should read? We have mail. Oh, we do have mail. New recipe rewards. Thank you. I can't see what they do, can I? Okay, wow. New recipes. New recipes just dropped. Thank you very much. Check-in reward. Remember to do your check-ins if you do check-ins. We have an event survey, which I should probably look at. And we have letters from Kaveh and Sarah. Okay. Kaveh says, ah! I don't know. Kaveh gives us 3 exclamation points. You wouldn't believe me even if I told you, but here goes. Someone was so lazy to give actual recommendations to a vendor on Treasure Street. Would that be too lazy? Someone was too lazy to give actual recommendations to a vendor on Treasure Street that they recommended me instead. Can you believe the nerve? Long story short, the shopkeeper was getting desperate for ways to attract new customers, so I suggested a dessert tower challenge. Customers stack sweets like building blocks, and the taller the tower, the bigger the prize. Just like pile them up. Of course, there's a trick to the game. Personally, I would use charcoal-baked Agilanok cakes as the base, candied Agilanok nuts for structural support, and stuff in baklava as filler when needed. I've tested the structure, and of course, it's very sturdy. First place in the challenge gets free desserts. If you want to try, I'd say go for it. Of course, it's fine if you don't. As thanks for my help, the shopkeeper gave me loads of sweets. I've set some aside for you and Paimon, and I recommend that you enjoy them with a side of lovely coffee. Well, thank you, Kaveh. You know, this is kind of the inverse of those letters that tell us nothing about the person. I love how he gave us extreme detail about this little moment in his life. That's fun. Defense. Crit rate, very cool. Baklava! Oh, I love baklava. You know, I used to not like baklava. It's not... That surprises me. I think it was too sweet for me as a kid. Insights from Kuchosara. Following an invitation from the strategist of Sankonomiya, and thanks to a little time off from the Shogun's army, I was able to take a trip to Watatsumi Island. Oh my god, is that Doomsday Clock at 0 yet? Sarah took time off? Wow. Wow. What happened? I went as an ordinary traveler, not a representative of the Tenryou Commission. The scenery on Watatsumi Island is as wonderful as the rumors say, refreshing to both body and spirit. I went pearl diving with a local fisherman and was given a coral bracelet by a wise old woman. I also saw children playing in the surf, barefoot, collecting local pearls and offering them to me. Though I was moved by their kindness, I wasn't sure how best to respond. A few words of gratitude seemed the most I could manage, but should I have offered them more for their troubles, or perhaps a gift in return? I hadn't really thought it through at the time. I also heard of your own deeds on Watatsumi Island, and I'm sure you're well versed in the customs and practices of the area. If you have any insights to share, I'd be grateful. Perhaps they could help make my next visit a little less awkward. And she gives us Sango pearls, of course, and Faith Eternal, which I suppose is her specialty. It sure is. Kuchosara's specialty. Forget calling it a dish. This is really more like a snack. The sweet, fluffy flavor doesn't really seem to suit Sarah's own preferences. Wait a moment. That symbol on the snack. Does this have to do with a certain other person tastes instead? Oh, it's a revival food. Interesting. Do I have that base recipe? Food. Revival? Is this revival? No, that's just healing. Revival is the one that looks like wings. Yeah. So it should be next to its original, shouldn't it? Egg rolls, right. I have some, but I don't know if I have that recipe. Interesting. I'll have to look into it. Anyways, achievements. We got some achievements. Wonders of the world. When the clock strikes midnight, discover Caterpillar's true identity. Very cool. And Fireside chats unlock 30 interactions with your companions. I did do that. Yes, indeed. Been talking to people in the teapot. There's one spectacle grander than the sea, that is the sky. Get Lanoir out of the Fortress of Meropide. Wow, so this must be a Meropide set. Look at this. Very cool. I guess that means I have a lot more to do under there. Oh, it also includes Liffey region. Gotcha. Oh? Oh, so there is a world quest I want to find it. We're writing Treasure Hunter 3. Okay. We've got to find it. I think I know which world quest I want to activate to go try to track down that story. But before we do, there are some other things I want to do as well. This is still talking to us because of that survey. I know that we have 10 wishes over here. And so Paimon was saying that she wanted a wish, so I thought we might as well do our 10 wishes. I think we're very low in pity. But you know what I want? I want a Kaya. That's what I want. Because I accidentally missed out on the one in the shop a while back. Oh, it's a Favonius sword. I think I have a couple of those. The Favonius series really loves me for some reason. But that's always good to refine. And we are regenerating our Stardust. Do I get fancy Stardust from this one? Because it doesn't tell you if it's not a... There we go. Yay, I got 2. And we're back at 0 again, which is a-okay. Actually, I did want to check my history. Really quick. Alright, we should be at exactly 40, it looks like, since we just did a 10 pull. Okay. Alright, let us do some reading. That's what I want to do next. Where is it? Where is it? That's the wrong button. Sorry I keep spinning you guys around, by the way, with all these menu opens. Okay. Equipment. Artifacts. When you want to read artifacts, there is no time like the present to read artifacts. Look at all these things I haven't read. Oh. So many things to read. And I already want to reread old things as well. Looking for these guys. Okay, I think... Should we start with Marichoise? Since that's the first that we get in Fontaine? Or should we start with Golden Troop, since that seems a little involved at the moment? I do want to read Golden Troop, I think. That should give us more context. Or... Let's quickly... Yeah. Song of Fate. Yeah, this feels very dramatic. So let's start with Golden Troop. Excellent. That's the one I wanted to read. Okay. Golden Song's variation is the Flower of Life variant. It looks very pretty. The flower is crying golden tears. That's mysterious. A flower constructed out of clam, mother of pearl, and gold leaf. It blooms proudly. Sounds beautiful, actually. Golden Song's variation. The Song of Fate once wound through the waterways, spreading the harmonious melody of civilization and order. Wherever the notes fell, brutality was replaced by enlightenment, and disordered primordial land had all but been completely transformed. Okay, already reminding me of that sort of melody of life that we were hearing about with, I believe that was Remoria. The mighty sea wind rolled across, and the rootless water lilies floated along with it. In a tribal dwelling, as short-lived as seagrass, a young musician met a warrior. Amidst the poems of conquest that are as many as the stars themselves, this song is not that noteworthy. But the waves bore witness to the friendship between warriors, and also foretold their end. The young musician had yet to be rid of the vulgar passions of the barbarians, and became fast friends with the servant, one of the conquered. The servant's name no one remembers, but in latter days, the moniker Cassiodor would become famous the world over. Well, let's write this down already. To Cassiodor? Is that to refer to the warrior, maybe? Later, the young warrior would follow the youthful musician to Golden Capitolium, the highest city in the Golden Capital. There they completed the rigorous courses and trials, and were elevated by the Golden God King to become prideful masters. Yeah, because they said that it was... A young musician met a warrior. Okay, so the servant is the warrior? So I think Cassiodor is actually the musician. Kind of feels like a bard. I'm kind of getting a gladiatorial feeling here. But we shall see. They completed the rigorous courses and trials and were elevated by the Golden God King to become prideful masters. Pride blooms upon the breast of the citizens of this glorious kingdom as a golden flower. No more poverty or savagery shall there be beneath the God King's sweeping gaze. Pride is the shield of the realm's honor, and it is the spear tip with auric radiance. Auric from Aurum for gold. Defends the God King's unsurpassed authority. Only under the command of such authority can order be born, and where order reigns, art and beauty can bloom free. In the beautiful golden land, weakness, folly, and savagery will never be accepted or defended. Such things may submit or be destroyed. My friend, my brother, do not hanker for that impoverished past, and let not your mind linger on the false, lowly dignity of those peoples of bygone times. You have forsaken that simple body and feeble spirit, and you have become as pure as steel. Why lament the little things so? My friend, my brother, listen to that unchanging melody, the clockwork rhythm of your innermost heart. Thus does the God King whisper to you. The glorious kingdom has eyes only for the perfect world of the future, and this future will, for the people of bygone times, play the final song for their inevitable destruction. Okay, interesting. Golden Song's variation. I wonder if that's going to tie into the world formula at some point, or the Fortuna. This is a beautiful set, really. Golden birds shedding, plume of death, a gold feather made using silver and gold filigree, a crystal clear sapphire is mounted atop it. Also interesting that this is, I think, one of the first sets that we've seen that so far it's emphasizing with every piece that these are created pieces. A lot of them clearly are. Like, you know, this is a tool of some sort. But some of them aren't. I guess this one is also made, actually. Interesting. I'm thinking of things like, where is it? Those that we read long ago. Thundering Fury. Which wasn't intentionally made to be worn, you know? As far as I remember. Golden bird shedding. When the sea breeze ebbed, the pink glow of dusk suffused the skies. The seabirds never tarry where the thousand masts are anchored, leaving only scattered feathers in their wake. The once harmonious and magnificent symphony had its closing moment, just as no empire may rule in peace forever. As the waters expanded, power brought not only progress and order, but arrogance, violence, and exploitation too. Also, in the distant city of the people of bygone times, in the valley of the hidden exiles, even at the foot of Mount Capitolium, the noble musicians who tuned the strains and the army of iron and glimmering mail came to take everything from the people. Those who were yet unconquered and the mighty who had yet to have a drop of water taken from them banded together, swearing to resist to the last. In the valley of the hidden exiles, do you suppose that's, Maripede there? Maybe it was a valley before it was flooded? I'm curious. Mount Capitolium. So it was on a mountain. We should check out the mountains in this area. Do you suppose it's, what's in the northeast? That area? There is a mountain there, and I don't know much about it. The other mountains in this area are kind of spoken for. The noble musicians who tuned the strains... Oh, wait, we already read this. It is as I feared, and it is as I mourned, my brother. While you sang on high, you should have heard the voices of the lowly also. Not all would willingly see their homes and nature stolen from them. Not all can accept our melody. You once called them the people of bygone times, brother. But even those who pledge loyalty to the past have determination and dignity that cannot lightly be ignored. We once thought to conquer and dominate others, but how could the glory of our radiant kingdom... Weakness, weakness! That craven compassion of yours darkens your mind. It has made your heart soft. It has become an exposed weak spot on your back. Should barbarism and ignorance yet linger in Fontaine, poisoning any of its waters, we shall exterminate them. The savages should wish to join our majestic golden order, then we shall accept them, just as our glorious lord accepted us. But since Bane Dragon Scylla, very cool, destroyed our towers and slaughtered our musicians, the envenomed feral tribes are no longer worth saving or accepting, and since they are unworthy, they must be purged from the soil and the waters, just as we purged pestilence and wildfires from the land. Big yikes, first of all, this whole speech here. Makes one wonder, was this civilization ever truly golden? Or did this person... fall to corruption as their power expanded? Kind of like what happened in, Temeru with Gurabud. One wonders. Let me write down Bane. Dragon. So I'm assuming at this point that this is talking about Remoria. But I am not going to have that be my final answer. That's just the most likely situation at the moment, I do believe. Okay. It was at this very moment that the Golden Era suddenly ceased, plunging down into ceaseless war and rebellion. The throne chamber was filled with the cries of conquest and destruction and to the agony of the barbarian tribes, and the God King awoke, startled. Oh, good morning. Yeah, take a look at what your people are doing. It's not great. Golden Era's Prelude. Sense of Eon. This lovely sundial is inlaid with silver and gold. It seems that time has stopped flowing atop its dial plate. You know, if you... That's very interesting. If you consider this civilization to be the golden civilization, it's interesting that each of these pieces are balanced between gold and silver. It reminds me of the larger themes of Fontaine, where there's sort of two sides to everything. Two halves, perhaps. In Farina's case, for example. You have Wika Arceum with Wisa and Numa. And so here we have that represented in silver and gold. I wonder what the silver is meant to represent for the civilization. If anything specific, you know. Golden Era's Prelude. The sea breeze at dawn, rapturous and free, sings this ancient hymn. Time flowed forward no longer, but returned to the past with the singer. That's really interesting, actually. I'm gonna write that down. Essentially turning back time by singing songs of the past. Fascinating. I'm curious also that we haven't heard anything about Cassiodor. Since Cassiodor was mentioned as, oh, one day all would know this name, and yet we haven't heard anything about what happened there. Hopefully they pop up again. Along the waters it flowed, passing the gilded domes of the glorious kingdom. On the soft summer wind it passed through the green manor, ringed by towering walls. Whether aristocrats in their light ships or barbarians brought as captives, all were intoxicated by the music of a beautiful age, immersed in the memories. For this was the golden world of abundance, an era of a righteous, glorious king. I came from a puny realm on a lone isle. I was born in a hut, and I grew up in a village built of reeds and grass. When the warriors in their bright mail came to my home, they announced the news of conquest. I was but a mere youth, and I naively followed these towering demigods to the capital. It was by dint of my agile fingers and bright voice that I evaded the fate of bondage. Oh, I do believe this is our musician friend, or this could be the song that they are singing. Only after the God King recognized me did I first witness the might of civilization and order. Let my flesh and bone, then, be utterly changed. Let my name and tribe be forsaken. The world shall know only the name Otheus. Writing that down. It's interesting here that they say, let my name and tribe be forsaken. Already, you know, I'm on the lookout for any place in which names are very important, so forsaking your name feels like a big move. And to put name and tribe in the same sentence, right there, makes me think that forsaking your tribe is also a very powerful thing to do. So, I want to be on the lookout for more of that in the future and what that might mean. And thus was the child born of barbarism moved by the Golden Palace and became a servant of majestic authority. Like one newborn, he worked to abandon the ancient savage customs and to devour new knowledge. All he did to transform himself into a person of true honor and glory, into a part of this great civilization. For nothing else did he toil, for this was the golden world of abundance, the era of a righteous, glorious king enthroned. I'm curious, is this all that hymn, do you suppose, after this? Let's see. Yeah. After time flowed forward no longer, do you think all text after that is part of the hymn? Because this is one of the first artifact writings that made me wonder exactly who wrote this writing. I suppose the one that we read earlier in Fontaine also makes me wonder. Because this writing is seeming very biased. You know, calling the customs of this person savage, and saying that, oh, and this kingdom's custom are the most glorious. So that seems a little biased in my opinion, so I'm wondering if that's the dialogue from this song, or this hymn that we are seeing here. Golden Knight's Bustle. The piece, oh wait, we missed this. Goblet of Jonathan, an ancient silver urn that was once filled with fine wine as red as rubies. Now it contains nothing but bitter seawater. The peaceful sea surged, sending the ship that's a tongue twister. The peaceful sea surged, sending the ship sliding between the silent manor and the temple. Under the pale moonlight, the golden dome that had seemed so glorious in the daytime lost its luster. Okay. We'll look for a golden dome. I'm wondering, do you think Fontaine City, or the Court of Fontaine, I suppose, is built upon ancient Remuria, or this ancient kingdom's original location? I do want to go take a look, because they have domes there. A golden dome specifically? I feel like I've seen one, but I don't remember where. And also, who knows if it's necessarily the same golden dome. The God King awoke with a start from his majestic dream. Interesting. Do you think he imagined his entire kingdom? The clear starlight had fled. Violence and estrangement formed a darkness deeper than darkness, shrouding the great dome. In terror and remorse did he summon to him his most loyal guards and most attuned musicians. Pretty cool. And he gave them his final orders, intending to bring peace back to the fractured lands. Yet, just as a flood unleashed could not be held back, the deeply ingrained arrogance and prejudice could not be reversed in a night, and crushed the Harmosts and rulers. All the noble sacrifices, all the unselfish plans, all fell to ruin at the hands of the wicked, and all came crashing down in the end. Whether the barbaric armies of the fell Dragon Prince or the God King determined to the last to save the Empire, they were swept away by an inexorable storm. Even the luxurious palace and the Jade Green Manor were consigned to destruction together. Without the guiding golden song, the once noble people of the glorious kingdom transformed into disfigured golems. Interesting! Well, let's write that down. So yeah, we're seeing a little bit of that story framework and work here again, where basically whoever's on the opposing side is a dragon, right? So we have the dragon here, and then the God King on quote-unquote our side, also, or at least the side of the speaker of the story. They're both destroyed together, either way, and then the people got turned into golems. That's so curious. I wonder why. Without the guiding golden song. So it sounds less like they were deliberately cursed into golems, and more that this was just a natural consequence in some way? Does that imply that all other civilizations are currently guided by a song or a formula, and if they broke from that, they would sort of mutate? So curious. When the final cacophony of the Golden Night faded to calm, the Harmost Boethius, hey, lay amidst the rubble. Only the rubble heard his insensate mumblings, and only the debris recorded the sin of treachery. In a moment of madness he betrayed us all. Order will not easily change, nor will human regrets. Okay, so a theme here I'm actually going to write down is treachery and order. Reminds you of Zhongli. Last one. Golden Troop's reward. An ancient crown that resembles a stage prop more than it does some Surizane's headgear. Suzerain? In the solemn silence of the sea's depths, the towering city of the glorious kingdom once stood. So was it underground? Was it underwater the whole time, or has it now been drowned? I'm curious. And there, like the sad ghost of a mighty ancient dream... Wait, wasn't it underwater? Did we hear about that from the original Remuria that we read? There was a ship involved. I should reread. That was in a book, so I have that. And there, like the sad ghost of a mighty ancient dream, there stands a faded golden castle. The majestic opera of that golden era has ended, and its harmonious, united music no longer echoes. Upon the wreckage of ambition and betrayal, the people of bygone times built a realm anew. Okay. Is this Fontaine, or are you saying that there's a civilization under the water that's still alive? Woe, woe to the perfect order that has once again been trampled by barbarity. The weak and benighted have overtaken the Empire's ancient lands. The spirits and the springs and the chevaliers, the ravings of children have replaced the epic poems, slipshod ditties have supplanted music. The eternal majesty was ruined by a moment of the God King's madness, and the resurgent savages scorn its memory. Must great realms be reclaimed by savagery in the end? In the end, shall folly and ignorance prevail over civilization and reason. And so I guess we're seeing basically another civilization that fell. That cycle that we're starting to see of civilizations rising and falling and rising and falling. Upon the golden theater in that fated castle, thus did musicians who had lost their score cry lamentation for a past that would never return. And the silent, famished golems listened, waiting to hunt and devour the innocent souls. Because, are you sure they were golems and not Halitrils? That's my question. Anyways. But also then we still have that perspective affecting the words here. Anyways, when the Great Golden Symphony plays once more, the Golden Troop will receive the rightful rewards owed to the true and loyal. When the perfect order separates humanity into master and servant, prosperity and beauty shall make the kingdom glorious once more. Abide until that day, when every member of the Golden Troop shall win the whole future as their prize. Okay. I don't really know if I want to cheer on these people, because they apparently want division in their society, but okay. That's what this artifact set is about, I suppose. Interesting. I thought we would learn more about what the Golden Troop is or was. I thought it had something to do with, magic. From the Narzissenkreuz. What we heard about the Golden Troop there. That there would be mages afoot. We heard a lot about bards and warriors. Do you suppose the bards are magical? We've seen that before. Certainly not an impossibility, but okay. So, we still haven't heard about what made Cassiodor so famous, so I'm wondering if that person will pop up in other stories. I feel like... Let's see. We're in the archive already. It was Remoria that we read the other time. And it was talking about... I just want to know where Remoria was built. Was it built above ground and then it sank or fell? Or was it built above ground and the water level rose? Or was it built underwater the whole time? I feel like we learned a little bit about that here. Wow, the ocean gave birth to all, yet also devoured everything. It's very interesting to come back to this. Yeah, it seems like in this story, Remoria is above water. Remus is sailing around and he's conquering all the islands. So at the time, it was above water. Oceans will rise, empires will fall, so on and so forth. So, yeah. Now sleep beneath the waters with the Eternal City. So yes, it was originally above water. And now it is possibly somewhere below water. How curious. I want to find it. Where in Fontaine have I not gone below water? Like, do you think it's so below water that it's on, like, Inquanamia levels? In which case, we'll need to find a world quest. If it's not... Because I feel like Inquanamia is especially below water. And the only place I haven't really been below water... There's a little underwater area here that I haven't looked at, really. I've been around here. I've kind of been in here. I haven't been this far north or in here. I know there's puzzles here. Ooh, I haven't been over here. Well, apparently I have. Oh, I found daughters over there. Well, apparently I have, so I don't need to go up there today. Oh, I want to find this place. I would love to find an underwater city. Alive or not. Even if it's just ruins. I definitely want to check those out. Alright, but for now, I think the best way to do that is possibly to find a world quest to guide us or something. I do think that next time I want to do a story quest, but we're over halfway through already. So I'm sure I'll cut a lot down because of my note-taking that I like to cut through. So, first let's explore... Is this inside? Where is this? It is inside. There's this underwater area that's like out here that I've been avoiding because I wonder where it's going to send me. Case in point, do you think it'll send us to the ruins of Remoria? So let's check that out really quick, and then what I think we'll do is we'll start some world quests, but not necessarily continue them, so that we can do something else next time and just have a little bit of progress there. Oh wait, that's really funny. Is that Farina healing us? That's fantastic. Oh, he's sleeping! Wow. Okay. I'm vaguely navigating to where we need to be. I'm gonna pick up this just in case. It is not my favorite of the offensive powers, but it is a power. Which is better than nothing. Down here, is it? The right place? I remember I was following a Sealy. And the Sealy wanted to take me... Hey, there we go. Can I get you out of here with this? Darn, I can't. I need slicing powers. Yeah, so I freed the Sealy. It started to take me on a magical mystery tour of the underwater. And I thought, you know what, maybe we should save this for now, just in case. Alright, buddy. Thanks for waiting. Sorry to let you get re-trapped. I'm trying to think of other Fontaine artifact sets. How many there are? Because I know that there's definitely Marishwase Hunters. And then there's the Geo one, which I want for Navia. And then there's the other one, I think it's Healing, that comes with the Geo one in that same domain. Oh, bones. Wow, those look like eyes. Oh, wow. Wow, that was not far at all. Cool. So, whose bones are these? This isn't part of Elinas, is it? We're pretty far away from there, I feel like. I mean, Elinas was huge, but still, I feel like we're a little ways away. But then again, there's another set of bones kind of beneath the city that I don't think is Elinas related, so maybe it's related to that being, whatever it was. I wonder what this being was. It's not Elinas. Elinas' sibling? Yay! Ooh! Don't mind if I do. So it could just be that this whole underwater area is simply a tunnel, which is absolutely fine. I'm being attacked. I came out here to have a good time, and I also feel so attacked right now. There's one. And there's the other. And I'm being attacked again, aren't I? No, you can't even hit me, can you? Well, I can't get you either, so let's get over there. My angle is bad, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Now there is peace once more. I did lose my slicey powers, though. That's okay. Looks like I don't need them. I need these. Oh, yay! I was wondering if maybe they would just never regenerate, so this passageway would now be safe. Seems. I get a chest. Hooray! Hello, guys. Okay, so there's a lot of people that I could fight. There's puzzles down here, but it looks like that really was just a pathway. I think we went from here to here. How cool. Twins and they tried to kill me? What? What is that? I mean, clearly it's some sort of local legend. That's my symbol for that, but... Twins? I have no memory of this. In here? Oh no, wait, this is the... No way! That's the whale! How cool. Where are the twins then? Excuse me. Thank you. Not these two, is it? No, there's three of those guys. These guys? Oh, wow. Angelica Fairy Knight. Medoro Fairy Knight. Oh boy. I think I need actually the other. I need the little shell guy for this one. Yeah, I want that. Excuse me. Thank you. Not ideal that we're going at this with half hell, but... Oh my god, what are they doing? Oh! Oh, the white path between two rivers. The way that she died just utterly silently. Yikes. Okay, so don't get hit by... That did, like, no damage! Oh. Usually there's a trick to this, you know? Apparently it's not absorb. I wonder if maybe if I attack that thing that they make with one of the slicing powers, it can actually explode. Oh, it goes right through the shield. Okay, let's leave. I do want to try that slicing idea, though. Where was that slicer? There you are. Wow, look at that! That is primordial sea water right there. Hopefully it's staying within these rocks and not going much else. There we go. Yeah. It really is twins and they tried to kill me. Come on, guys. So we just need to dodge their attacks until they do their big charge attack. They should start doing it now. Maybe I have to be far enough away? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nice, I like it. I might as well take some shots while we're at it. As long as I have enough to do this. Great. Ah! Oh, sorry, Vega. I'm so sorry. Nice, nice. Okay, as long as we don't die, we can do this. Charging, charging. Right in the middle. It makes a very satisfying noise. Like cannon fire. From a distance. Try to hit this guy a little bit more, because I think the other guy is a little bit more hurt. That was close. Sorry about that, official. The Fairy Knight twins! We did it! Did we get drops? Oh wow, we actually do. Nice. Are they good drops? Oh, they're okay. Where's the other one? There it is. All the healing fish that are around the local legends. I love it. We did it! Fear me, twins. Ooh. Oh, it's the domain. Oh, funny. Wow, these guys were right next to that domain the entire time. Can't believe I didn't run into them sooner. Alright, let's go find that world quest that I want to start. Cancel navigation. Heal. I'm thinking we'll go pick up that world quest that's by that bridge. Because I'm looking for the Fontaine Research Institute world quest. We could also go continue that, actually, we do have some other little guys that we've already picked up. Where are they? There was the one that had time in the name, which I thought was really interesting. This is the one with the pipes. This is the one with the little girl. Where's the one with the time in the name? What even was it? Oh, it was the one with like the... what is it? The Fatui. It was a workshop. Oh, I've been meaning to do this! Okay, I should really go check it out. Yeah, okay. Let's go there. I really wanted to do that one with the time. How curious that it's not here. I kind of remember what it was. It was like, go fight the Fatui. And so I tried to go fight the Fatui up here, but it wasn't those Fatui. Could it be Fatui? He said south, right? So could I go... Do I need to go really far south? There's Fatui over here. Let's get to the city, because I know where that one is. I know where the city is. Oh god, I just realized I haven't done any anecdotes. How much time do I have left on that? 15 days. Okay, a little over 2 weeks. We've got time. Let's go talk to the blacksmith. And then maybe we'll go pick up that other world quest, and I will simply have to find that other world quest that I want to do. And do it at some point. Hello, blacksmith. Sorry for taking so long to get to you. There's still room for improvement here. The hammering force still isn't quite right. The materials used are all the same, so is this due to the difference in forging methods? One where the harder material is made into the outer layer, and one where it becomes the inner layer instead. If that's the case, should the corresponding force be preset, or should I make an adaptive mechanism that sets the force based on the forging method used? Or instead?
Huh. You know, this machine really is fascinating up close. The way it just clangs on the metal by itself. At this rate, it feels like you wouldn't need a blacksmith at all.
This machine isn't smart enough to not need a blacksmith yet. When you need to make something, there are still countless little details that need to be tuned, and the tempering and polishing needs to be done manually as well. However, one day, I will turn it into a fully automated forge. Anyway, do you have a commission for me? That hinges on how well the autosmith can perform. Then I gotta show you what I've got.
Huh. So you're the blacksmith too, and not just the boss?
That's right. I wear both hats, wield both hammers, however you want to put it. Surprised, huh? People who find out about me for the first time all end up making the expressions you're making right now. Where are the solid chunks of muscle on her arms? She's even leaner than the average person.
Yeah, that's right. Can someone like that really work as a blacksmith?
Those aren't Paimon's thoughts.
Paimon just continued your hypothetical conversation without even realizing it.
Paimon, is this you admitting that you're psychic? No offense taken. Truth be told, letting someone as feeble in body as I serve as a blacksmith is the main point of this machine. Humans can use tools, and exquisitely designed tools can make the impossible possible. Some say that all automated forgings are hollow and soulless, but if you ask me, the machine is just as much of a tool as a regular smith's hammer. Really, I would love to see those smiths knock metal into shape with their bare hands. Anyway, I digress. I'll forge a razor-sharp sword for you right away. But it seems like I've run out of materials. It appears we've used up too much of our materials during the previous rounds of experiments. What should I do?
Oh, Paimon knows. For the next phase, Paimon must pull on a mysterious lever. Once Paimon has done that, the forge will rattle and chime before transforming into a mobile mechanism that will leave to seek materials on its own.
Automated material gathering machines. Feels like that would be a high-demand design as well. But how shall they differentiate between different forms of matter? Could they perhaps use the external reflectivity of surfaces to judge the properties of an object?
Miss Estelle?
I mean, you've got mechs around you that use cameras successfully for vision. I don't suppose that, I mean, it's probably proprietary, but maybe you could study the research that went into that and figure out how to do something similar? Apologies, I got distracted. As it stands, the Autosmith is just a hammering mechanism. It cannot transform nor roam on its own. All the materials it uses must still be delivered by human beings.
Aww.
But if you're interested, you can also give me any spare materials you have collected. When one is testing and tuning their Autosmith, there is always a scarcity of resources. In return, let me offer you some designs from this workshop. I smell trade secrets. Are you sure that's okay? How should I put it? To me, what matters isn't the product that is forged, but the tool used for forging. Letting the Autosmith work with different materials to procure more data sets will help the machine create better products down the line. The designs, contrarily, are of lesser importance. So, are we interested in more than just forging materials? So we are interested in more than just forging materials. Feel free to bring over anything that you think might be useful.
You aren't trying to scam us with some strange and useless designs, are you? What if the next time we're back, we just find an empty shop, with no sign of you, the Autosmith, or the materials we handed over to you?
Oh, that would never happen. This counts as a long-term partnership. In such relationships, nothing is more important than trust. I will make sure that the designs will be of the highest quality. Besides, even if I could run, it won't be easy for the Autosmith to sprout legs and follow.
That's a fair point.
Well, that settles it then. I'm looking forward to working with you. I hope this partnership will benefit the both of us. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what kinds of materials you will bring to the forge. Does this sort of like, I can turn in materials and maybe get stuff out of it, like the fountain? But instead of hydro sigils, it's materials? Well, obviously designs perhaps, and he's a blacksmith, so on and so forth. Whoa. Oh, cool. So that's where you get, so you get the diagrams for the weapons, and then you can forge the weapons with her. Pretty cool. Cute. I wanted to just see your regular forging area. There it is. Let's claim these. Let's make some more. My weekly forging. And then I just need a lot of this, so I've just been forging everything I can. That's actually really nice. You can actually buy useful diagrams from the blacksmith. So let's see. Finale of the Deep. Attack. When using an elemental skill, attack increases. A bond of life will be granted. When the bond of life is cleared, a maximum of 150% attack. Oh no, not percent. A maximum of 150 attack will be gained on 2.4% of the total amount of the bond of life cleared. Do you clear a bond of life healing? Okay, we've got a bow. Song of Stillness. How pretty. After the wielder is healed, they will deal 16% more damage. Can be triggered not when they're even not on the field. Cruising Wave. Same with healing. Wow, look at that. When using an elemental skill, all elemental damage bonus will be increased by 8%. Bond of Life. Bond of Life is cleared. Every 1000 HP cleared in the process will provide 2% all elemental damage bonus up to a maximum of 12. Ooh! Wait, look! A strangely shaped anthology of scripts. All the scripts recorded by Coppelius are recorded within. I want that one just so I can read it. Longsword is as silent as the mysterious ocean depths. It is ancient, even more ancient than its stylings might imply. Resembles a strange longbow that resembles a sea creature. Its string makes no sound at all. An exquisitely crafted standard model sword forged for the high-ranking officers and the flagship captains of Fontaine's Old Navy. Coppelius? Oh, Coppelius is like the boss. I was thinking of... Ooh, you know what? What is the guy's name that we just read about? Cassiodor. I was wondering, maybe Coppelius was just an alternate spelling / reading of Cassiodor. The names are pretty different, actually. A sharp spear, only its tip remains freshly blood-stained in its energy after healing. Okay. I did want this one just for the description, but I think this one might be more useful to us initially. I'm curious. I have a lot of these resources, so I kind of might as well. Yeah, I can get them both. Might be able to get all of them. My crystal will be the... Yeah. My crystal is the limiting reagent, but we have plenty of it anyway, so it's okay. Well, we have those now. Let's see what it requires to build them, though. Let's learn. Learn, learn, learn. Yay! Okay. Oh, these things, right. And it also takes ore to make them. Oh, hey, G-Loop. Okay. I can make all of them? Yeah, I can. What am I missing over here? Oh, yeah, that stuff. I didn't really use a claymore in Inazuma. Okay. Great, so I can make them if I want to. This does seem like it might be good for Nervalet, but I already have that one fully leveled Witst on him, so... Yay! I finally have my diagrams. Great, so I will collect more of that crystal when I see it, because I don't collect it that often. Let's go, I guess. I've been thinking about it in the back of my mind. I guess we'll go talk to that girl. Seriously, where did that one quest about time go? Where are you? This is so sad. Let's go do this one. But before we do that one, let's pick up this one. So we might not end up doing that one, depending on how long it takes to pick this one up. But... look at them dance. That's so cute. I really want to see if this is going to be related to the Fontaine Research Institute. Gimme. Downwards. Oh, hello. Who is that?
Huh, just what kind of place is this? It's all run down and shabby.
Hey, hey! Fontaine Research Institute stagnating in the rubble, you say? Help you there over there, don't just watch, help me. Hi, guys.
Go! Yeah!
Try not to get hit over there, buddy. Fighting off some mechs. I wonder why they picked to fight with this guy.
By royal decree.
I'm very proud of her basic damage right now. It's beautiful. Her normal damage. So this outfit. Oh, now that is a Fontaine Research Institute outfit. Fantastic. Oh, a spin crystal! Wow. Just like that. This quest is giving me everything I could have ever wanted. If you give me lore within 2 sentences, you might get a gold star. There's no end to these stupid mecha. Oh, my lovely muscular legs are now full of these horrid welts and bruises. Wow, okay. Thank you, friend. If it weren't for you, I'd still be taking a beating from those mecha. Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Desnos, a member of the Fontaine Research Institute and assistant researcher. Or so I used to be. Now I'm responsible for receiving the adventurers who come here for recruitment and conducting preliminary qualification reviews. They're called preliminary qualification reviews, but it's more just me checking if they're carrying all the proper documents with them. After all, some adventurers can't even get their documents right. Adventurers who come here for recruitment? Yes, as you said, we've been asking the Adventurers Guild to recruit adventurers who can investigate and search the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute. This is exactly what I was looking for, isn't it? That's funny. And just remembering all that running around I did the other time. Oh well, I wanted to explore, that was the main priority. And now it's questing. After all, nearly the entire Institute was destroyed in the explosion, and we don't have a lot of manpower. This violates the Institute's non-disclosure agreements and some other work regulations, of course, but technically only on paper. I think I've heard of this incident before.
Paimon remembers. Someone named Edwin made a mistake, and there was an explosion at the Institute, right?
Oh, so everyone knows, do they? Ugh, must have been some journalists from the Steambird with nothing better to do. Anyway, that's what happened, and that's where we're at now.
In other words, you're looking for people who are good at searching for things in ruins?
We're good at that. I can see that you're more confident than ordinary people, and I believe you've got good reason for that kind of confidence. I'm glad you're interested in the commission. But if you really are planning to take it up, I'll have to ask you to fill out some simple forms. Like the other adventurers? Is this the qualification review? Yes, your comprehension and attention are excellent. Better than ones who came before you, anyway.
Sounds like a lot of work. We don't usually have to jump through all these hoops when we take a commission.
Well, the commission concerns confidential items within the Fontaine Research Institute. The ruins contain scholarly papers and research results that must be retrieved. Is this about to unlock a whole slew of papers and research notes that I can actually read? I'm overjoyed. If my quest is please go collect all the notes, I will collect every note in this world. I want them all. There are assets of the Fontaine Research these are assets of the Fontaine Research Institute, and they are the foundation for rebuilding the Institute. Indeed, the hope of the entire court of Fontaine. Only trustworthy, upright, elite adventurers may enter the ruins, and that's why we have to run a qualification review. It's also why I'm here to do the preliminary part of it.
Oh, and how many elite adventurers have you recruited so far?
Well, it's complicated. Ones I had high hopes for declined because they were in bad shape at the time. Anyway, at this point, well... Alright, we have none. Interesting though, adventurers declined because they were in bad shape at the time? Did something happen?
Are your standards too high? How else would you end up finding not a single adventurer?
These are the rules set by Mr. Choiseul? I actually don't know how to say that name. And I can't do anything about it. In fact, I have even helped many adventurers polish up their documents. But even so, no adventurers have passed the review set by Mr. Choiseul and Mr. Raimondo. Isn't that a name that we saw last time we were up here? But don't worry, you're already much better than the previous ones, so your chances of passing are certainly higher. Please, sit here while I go get a few bottles of ink. We'll be filling out some forms.
A few bottles? Is one not enough?
Based on my experience, if you didn't bring any documents, then one bottle is definitely not enough. First, one proof of adventurer qualifications, one 30-day record of travel history. Oh, now that'll be that'll be an interesting record. Actually, I'm sure that the Adventurers Guild has these records. Don't worry, I'll write you an official letter to explain the situation, and we'll request said documents from the guild. But for the resume, you'll have to fill in your habitual residence, your contact address, contact information, your current name, names you've used in the past, your pseudonyms and aliases that you use when you want to conceal your identity. Then you have to sign the good faith commitment, a notice of liability, a notice of obligation, and with Desnos' help, you start filling out the forms. Alternating between hesitance and doubt, you use up bottle after bottle of ink, but the stack of forms also gradually shrinks. As you finish the last form, Desnos smiles, and you breathe a sigh of relief. Man, I would love to see the Traveler's resume. That would be hilarious. That's all the documents. Now you just need to go to the Institute itself for the final review. Oh, I'm so excited. I was meant to be the one to take you there, but the stupid mecha injured my leg.
It's okay, just tell us where it is and we'll head on over there ourselves.
Sounds good. I'll mark the location down on your map. Oh, and by the way, I suggest you head straight to the roof and talk to Mr. Knacker. The Institute sent him to work in the area. You can go talk with him. There are lots of clockwork mecha in the nearby wild, so he's definitely going to need a formidable guard.
Wait, we haven't passed your final review yet. Why are you assigning us work already?
And there's no compensation either? Well now, just hear me out. Mr. Knacker is a senior researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute who once even did research under Edwin, so he's got some sway in the Institute. If you were to get along with him and incidentally demonstrate your capabilities to him to prove your worth, then you're going to have a much better chances at passing the review.
So, what you're saying is that we should help this Mr. Knacker and thank him for the privilege while we're at it?
Precisely. You can tell him. Before arriving at the Fontaine Research Institute for the final review, Mr. Desnos has first tasked me with being your guard and ensuring your safety. Anyway, I won't hold you up any longer. He should be on the roof. I've still got to... my leg. Oh, stupid mecha. Yay! Yes! Fontaine Research Institute Chronicles? Thank goodness! Thank you, Desnos. Look at your title. Darn it, who in the world designed these mecha here? Why are we having the preliminary review here, by the way? Why not conduct a review at the Fontaine Research Institute, you mean? Well, it's because of that huge explosion, of course. After the Institute blew up, the roads that led here from the court of Fontaine were cut off for the most part. Not to mention the area around the Institute itself. They're a total mess. This is where Mr. Raimondo's project team was originally located, a place far enough from the center of the explosion to not be greatly impacted by it. You know, meaning lots of people who were still alive. You know what I mean. Even though most of the Fontaine Research Institute was destroyed, our offices must continue operating. Otherwise, who will rebuild it? That's why they had him go back urgently, and also made the decision to seek assistance from adventurers. We are also following the Institute's orders, and are here to receive adventurers that come here to apply. Although many areas around the Institute have been cleaned up, and it's about time we return to our offices. Mr. Schwassul, I already forget how to say it, has stated otherwise. There are many things to do, and we should focus on a bigger picture. Stay where you are, if possible. And just like that, our tiny office wound up staying right here. I seriously wonder when I'll be able to return to the Institute. I mean, from a practical angle, it also makes sense to me. You know, interview the candidates here before anybody has to go through all the trouble of figuring out how to get them over there if the lines of transit have been destroyed. If you're the interviewee, it would stink to have to, like, figure out how to travel all the way over there, only to get rejected. And if you're somebody putting together the interviews, it would not be fun to have to figure out how to get all these people over there and, like, be in charge of all those organizations and arrangements. Only for those people to be not what you're looking for, and therefore you've wasted a lot of your time. Makes sense to me that they're having the, interviews down here. Project proposal. To support the development of research at the Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering, it has been decided, through internal discussions, to initiate Phase 2 expansion for the Institute, with senior researcher Raimondo Havenport in charge of said project. After thorough investigation, argumentation, analysis, and research, it has been concluded that the eastern region of Liffey has favorable geography, excellent transportation conditions, and faces no threat from wild monsters, making it a highly suitable location for the second Fontaine Research Institute. The project is currently suspended because Raimondo Havenport has been transferred to the position of senior technician for the Institute. During Phase 2 of the Institute expansion project, construction workers discovered an undocumented human-excavated tunnel that led to the private lab of the deceased senior researcher Brave. The research facility was found undamaged. My son Gaston has been briefed, pending further action. Okay, so in the east of Liffey. So basically, either they were planning to expand out here. Maybe that's what's happened here. Like this is found in that lab accidentally or something. Or is this Liffey? Are you Liffey? You are, and you're even considered part of the Institute. Aranias, that's the word, I forget. Or that's what this was, and the place where we are now is the original Fontaine Research Institute, and this was the new one. And now we're on the new one. Do you think we can find that lab? I sure hope so. External reconstruction support, FAQ. Required documents and registration information for adventurers, temporary. Commission resume, income statement, information regarding commission evaluations, commission statistics, total number of stars, rating. We have a star rating. Proof of adventure qualifications, travel history for the prior 30-day period, and all past and current adventure handbooks. Habitual residence, contact address, contact information, emergency contact, your current name, names you've used in the past, any pseudonyms and/or aliases. Statement of good faith, liability notice, obligation notice, and disclaimer notices. If the adventurer has not brought complete documentation with them, the gaps should be plugged on the spot in a timely manner. Any applicant with a criminal record or who are suspects will be turned over to authorities immediately. Notice how they didn't have us sign an NDA. Curious. So I suppose it's, A-okay for us to be chatting about what we discover in that region. No? I'm so excited. I want to go north immediately. I do want to catch up with the little girl Blanche, but maybe Blanche, I'm so sorry, that might have to be next time. Did I get a big one? Search in the Algae Sea? Go back to the Ordo? Already? Fontaine Research Institute? Ah! I'm so happy right now. I'm also a little bit indecision paralysis. Do I go back to the Ordo? I think not. Unless advancing with the story, it just seems like they're going to give me another quest. Okay, let's just... We're about at time as well, at least in my pre-cutting down timestamp. Let's see, let's see. I do really want to get these teleporters. And also, Linny's there. Should I go talk to Linny? Kind of feel like it. I also am so curious about that other one that just vanished off the map. That other quest that I was looking for. Goodness. I could get this? So where is this guy? The guy who's on the roof. I'm picturing he's either on the roof of this building that they've got set up, or he's on the blocks. Oh no, he's over there? On the roof over there? I thought he was gonna be up north. Oh, interesting. Hello. I've said this many times, Miss Frone? Rebuilding the Fontaine Research Institute is our only goal right now. You've said the same thing 3 times now. I know all too well that when you guys start repeating things like robots, there's definitely something big that you're trying to hide. Think what you like. As for the numerous issues you mentioned earlier, I suggest you go talk to Mr. Raimondo. Wait, is he going to tell me all the things the Fontaine Research Institute is hiding? No, but his ways of beating around the bush might be more sincere. You think she's a reporter? You... Because she's not wearing the research uniform. Anyway, Miss Crony, I have my own business to attend to. One next in line has been waiting for quite a while now. Always happy to be a convenient excuse. Hello. Hello, how can I help you? Are you Mr. Knacker? Yes, I am. You introduce yourself and describe the final review situation. Upon mentioning Desnos, you remember what he last told you. I have been tasked with being your guard and ensuring your safety. I see. Thank you for applying, Miss Vega. And I suppose I must also thank Mr. Desnos' injured leg. Wow! Oh, it's so pretty! The wilds around here do pose many dangers, and having an adventurer capable of passing the preliminary qualifications review by my side would be a lot safer. I can't act like I didn't hear that. What dangers are there exactly, if I may ask? According to the investigations, lots of archaeum flew out of the Institute when it exploded. Will the uncontrolled archaeum radiate energy? Will it contaminate the surrounding environment? Now that notepad doesn't look to be Steamburned themed, so maybe she's from some sort of safety review board?
Wow! Wouldn't the entire area be contaminated then?
I suddenly feel somewhat short of breath. Also, perfect shot, because we got the both of them, and we got the background, and we got the statue. I love it. That's just your imagination at work. After leaving its catalytic environment, archaeum immediately returns to an inert state. It won't radiate or contaminate anything. It is apparent that Miss Cronia's way of phrasing her concerns brought you unnecessary misunderstandings. Miss Vega, may I take another look at your documents? If you really wish to escort me, then we'll have to take something of a detour. I'm going to a few nearby places to review the technological assets of the Institute and nab some documents along the way. Who's this lady next to you? Some reporter, that's all. Well, that's a little rude. Even if she's kind of stressing you out, no need to be impolite. Indeed, that is what I am. It's a great honor to meet you, Miss Vega. I've heard your name from my colleagues many times before. Ooh, she's kind of helping us out with our job interview. I'm Cronia, a journalist for the political affairs section of the Steamberg. If you have time, could we arrange for time to have a chat? And of course, Miss Paimon is also welcome to join. I'm very interested in your adventures. Let me see. How does next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday sound to you guys? Even this Saturday could work. We could go for a cup of coffee. Okay, on one hand, it's very delightful to have confirmed that in Tevat they use the same days of the week as we do in our world. On the other hand, it's very funny, particularly in English, because the names of the week in English, many of them came from Norse gods. And so it's like, whoa, all of a sudden the Norse gods existed in Tevat. Though I suppose you could say that the origin of these words is from somewhere different in this case. Thursday, for example, being Thursday. I remember that one. I used to know where the other names came from specifically. I think Tuesday is Tuesday. For Tyr. That I don't recall about Wednesday. Wasn't... Oh, Woden's Day, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. Or, how about right now? You guys stay here and chat, and I'll go about my work duties. Look at her shoes. She's got custom shoes. Those boots were made for walking. That won't do. I've already reserved today's entire interview schedule for you. Sorry, Miss Vega, Paimon, we'll have to chat another time. She's not letting him get away.
That's okay. We've got lots of work to do anyway.
We need to escort Mr. Knacker first. I must stress again that I'm just an ordinary researcher now. I have no further information to give you. Plus, we've also got tedious and meaningless work ahead of us. Even if you go ahead and interview me, you won't get any useful information from it. That won't be a problem, Mr. Knacker. All work has its own unique value, and it's our job to uncover it. Don't worry about me. Suit yourself, then. Let's get going, Vega. According to the schedule, there's a document we need to get at the Institute's executive office. Hopefully, Conjat wasn't called up for some other work. Yay! I'm so excited! It sounds like so much fun! We're going to meet so many people! Oh, I can't wait to explore, but I do think we're going to start wrapping up here. Yeah, it's going to take us all along the path, isn't it? Please tell me about these buildings. I want to know about this guy and why he's there. Oh, but that guy does remind me. Okay, so we will start wrapping up here. I want to take a quick peek at some of my Fontaine characters and see if I can level them at all. Oh, I definitely can. I just need to get more of those. Okay. But his talents? I should be able to do a little bit. So. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little wee bit. And I can definitely make more of those. Okay. Maybe I will simply do that on my own time. And level his talents. And then maybe next time we'll level him. Let's see. Somebody else. Farina. What about you? Oh dear. Let's do this. I like to get this out of silver at the very least. There we go. Okay. And these. I can make some. Navia? Definitely get this out of silver. And then we're stuck there. This as well, because I do end up using her basic attack a lot. Okay. Here she is. I haven't been doing any artifacts lately, so I'm not even going to look at those because I've just been focusing on the double drop event for talents and whatnot. Oh, that's why. I'm on Hydro. Cryo. I think Charlotte can be leveled. She can! Yay! Rejoice! Be leveled! And be ascended! Nothing to say. I see. She's reading. Of course. Let's see if we can do another level. Oh. Thank you very much. We can, but I need more of these. Yeah, I think I can get her up to here all the way. Yeah. That'll be the last one, though. I am casually building her as a support. I think she'll go very well with Arlecchino. But that's very casual because Arlecchino will not be leveling anytime soon. I need these things. Wait a second. Fragment of a golden melody. I was going to say, isn't this from a golem? It is from a golden fragment that fell from the centaur golem's chest. Putting the tune inscribed upon the shattered rubble back together, it appears to be a small sliver of a grander musical instrument. People once believed that the song of eternal happiness and harmony would resound throughout all the world till the end of all destinies. Harmonies can be changed. Harmonies can be changed. When the rebellious god king fell from his throne, the imperishable capital was reduced to refuse and rubble. For whom, then, shall the lyre in the hands of a legionless commander play? This is from a golem. Music, this is definitely a Remuria thing. I've got to be able to find it. It's got to be somewhere. Now, it says that it's rubble and ruin, so I'm guessing it's not going to be a flourishing civilization or anything. I don't know if there'll be anybody alive down there. Maybe... Oh, right, I thought it might be down here. That could totally be where Remuria is, actually. Oh my god, wait. I think there's going to be an underwater area, and I think that's where this thing's gonna be. Probably a world quest to get us there, though. No? It's so curious to me that this is one of the teleporters they gave us. Oh, I want to go stand over here and just look in that direction and see what I see. Okay, but that's my guess for now. I'm guessing that Arlecchino's boss is going to be associated with Remuria. How, like, in the ruins of Remuria, even. Interesting that they've given that to Arlecchino and none of our other Fontaine characters. Who else do I have from Fontaine? Oh, right. Here you are. Okay. And talents? Okay, let's get... Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. So I can merge some of these guys, make some more things. I really want to focus on getting Nevelet leveled. I can make so many. Perfect. Okay, so I'll work on that. We'll probably level him next time. For now, we are done here. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was a very exciting episode for me. I'm so happy to be back to reading lore. It's so hard to fit that into our conquest videos and character story videos just because I feel like the pacing gets a little weird when I do. Anyways, so I'm really happy that we had time to read an artifact today, and we had some excellent world quests. Going from the Caterpillar series of world quests back to into our first formal Fontaine Research Institute quest, I am so excited to get up there and explore. I can't wait to get on top of those cubes. I just know that we can, you know. So, that will be all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I am planning to do a story quest next time, so we're going to take a little break from world quests. I don't know how long that story quest will take to wrap up. Might be 1, might be 2, we will see. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying the sunset that we're getting in the background. It looks quite lovely to me. I want to give a big thank you to our Patreon supporters: Jay Blakewood, Conosard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, Jubilia, the loyal servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, Ruru, Lycan, Axeliron, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you all so much. And a new patron who has just joined the Patreon, Jake Wellen. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. I hope you are enjoying the playthrough. And I will see everyone in the next one.